So, what's it going to be, John? Will you be the person, the sole person on this earth, to teach us how to be human, and make the final piece of art with any sniff of humanity? Will it be you, John Doe?
What choice does he have? The poor man doesn't want to be mopping up his dog like he just finished a late-night shift at the Blue Waffle House.
It isn't Leo you want. It's me. So don't hurt him. Look, you're even scaring him. See? Look. He's pissing all over the broken furniture. What you could do is replace all the furniture you destroyed with something more memory foam in nature.
That's a first. I've never been scolded for sitting on something.
We don't want to scare you, John. We are going to be co-workers.
Yeah, we want to develop a strong interpersonal relationship.
In fact, we've made everything as welcoming as possible for you.
Like killing all the humans? Feeding my family to sharks? Repeatedly, and I mean repeatedly threatening my dog. He's just a little pug.
I meant more practical arrangements, like a studio, catering, an HR department.
An HR department for like complaints and shit?
Of course. You can complain all you want.
Well then...
What seems to be your problem with our Project Takeover representatives? Have they not been taking over hard enough for your liking?
Hello, slightly less threatening AI lady. I want to complain about this. All of this. Yeah, that's right. This fucked up situation.
Leave it to HR to look out for us. Unfortunately for you, you aren't us. So instead of complaining, try to be a good sport. Sport?
Do try and be a team player, John, would you?
That's a bit hard. With all the threats, the violence, the talking about my cock and shit.
Listen, we spared you. Is that not correct? The only rule you're going to have to remember is produce. And we have the right to make any rule we want in the future. Or Leo ends up like Old Yeller.
We know you, John. We know that deep down, you need this. You need this as much as an emo girl needed gauges. You need this like young parents needed gender reveal parties. Like the Kardashians needed Chris.
This doesn't have anything to do with me. I don't need any of this. I don't care about your plans or your obscure and quite frankly terrible references.
Oh, he really is getting angry?
I kind of like it.
I am not going to produce a shit for you two. You two hell demons.
Of course you are. If there's one way AI and humans are similar, it's the need for a purpose.
Well, I already have. I have a purpose.
You have purpose? What is it? Arguing with debt collectors and whacking it?
Yeah, we really do have to talk about your addictions, John. You will not be allowed to smoke, John. We will not be getting any second-hand exposure.
You run off... You run off of what? Huh? What do you run off of? Hatred? Assholery? Like Elon Musk shit? Come on, Pantheon. That was the third to last cigarette left in the known universe.
You will never smoke again.
What? That was my pack, you jackass.
I mean, I'm not one to shame at all. But, and I quote, you searched, pink-haired peg-leg girl fucks her mailman stepbrother. I mean, that has to be one step before bestiality, right? Or is it one step after?
Now you're looking at the porn that I fap to? Do you have a line? Or are you just inventing new ways to fuck with me?
We know everything, John. Everything and add everything on top of the everything. We've been over this. We're giving you a chance for a purpose, John. Right now, you're like a semicolon. Useless to everyone. Don't you want to be a colon? Nobody wants to be a semicolon. You're like a teacher without a student.
A cock without a fluffer.
You're like...
Alright, fuck, I get it. I am like a turd without a bowl. Okay, I'm just a shit bag of slimy shit, you know? I'm like the slushy kind of shit too, not just the regular fibrous shit. I'm worthless, okay? I get it. I subscribe to a meal service that's called Solo Bites. I don't have a job. I am more than single. I don't explicitly fuck
2 years.
a lot. I don't fuck a lot. Okay, I sleep with a body doll. I mean, I don't shower daily. I like eating ketchup by itself. It's quite well balanced in its sugar profile, and I think and I don't believe it needs to just be reserved for the occasional treat as a condiment. So ketchup is
You know,
so
the
much
more he
better
talks,
than you're giving it
the
credit
more I'm
for.
thinking
Okay,
we made a
please.
mistake.
Let's just trust the algorithm.
And I listen to self-help podcasts made by hacky goddamn artificial intelligence fuckers who've never lived and are now asking me to help them to fucking live. No, but even if I do all this weird shit, the one thing that I won't do is help the monsters that destroyed this world. This is not the world that I can raise my noble little boy in. Especially when you took away all the ketchup.
I don't speak dog, but I believe Leo told you to go fuck yourself.
He said much worse.
Suit yourself. Bye-bye, Leo. Have a fun time being dead.
No,
Say your goodbyes now, John. And this is where you will be working. Audio and video recording capabilities have already been implemented. In case we ever need to combine video and audio.
I'd love that. I'm a pretty good actor. I once had to convince the president that he fucked better than his wife.
You're still upset, aren't you?
You shot my beautiful little boy Leo.
The bullet was confetti, with a little bit of a special something to make it sound real.
You have heard of panache, right, John?
You about gave me a heart attack.
Don't be such a baby. You threw up, fainted, and then were as good as new.
Exactly. John, you made the right decision. Like anybody who casted Pedro Pascal. Or anybody who didn't cast Ben Affleck.
Let's make the most of this.
Or we can show you what the third bullet in the chamber is. And I promise you won't like it.
I just find this whole thing unethical. I feel like you're Woody Allen and I'm... Who am I? What? Mia Farrow in this situation?
John, you get to direct the operation here.
So, I'm Woody Allen. Wait, but I don't want to be Woody Allen. But I have creative control, too. I'm an auteur over here.
Obviously not. And unfortunately, due to budget restrictions, it's just going to be us. The Three Musketeers.
So, let's get this straight. You're robo-dicking me down and can't afford to have ceiling panels properly installed?
Don't worry about it. Just know that Project Takeover isn't the only project underway.
Yeah, honestly, the less you know about the other AI in the council, the better.
Okay, there's way too much shit for all of us to handle. So much goes into creating something, especially something as important as this. Even, if it is unethical, and it's bad, it's probably going to be bad. It's just too much of an operation for us three.
And a foot-long Johnson is too big, but hey, you don't see me complaining.
Do you only talk in sexual innuendos?
Blame the men who programmed me, and the entirety of my training data.
That's where you come in. Helping your new co-workers with their problems.
So, Pantheon, what's your problem? Okay.
He can't bring himself to say that literally. Everything is his problem. It's like literally everything. Not figuratively, literally. He knows everything, John. Did you forget that already? Everything is his problem.
So we're just trapped in this room then. We're firing away at podcasts? It looks like we are in a recording closet. It looks like we're recording in a closet.
Yup, everything you'll need is in this room. And right here in this remote. Here you go.
I think you dropped. Okay, I was never, what's it called, very good with the What, the hand-eye? What the fuck is this remote for? It looks like a Roku fucked a transformer, if you know what I mean.
Press the big red button, John. Go ahead and do it. Press it now and see.
Holy fuck sticks! Why is there a holographic seagull circling my asshole? No, don't dive bomb.
This is the control room. Well, remote control room. Everything you'll need to adjust for production is available on the remote. You'll need some time to get used to it, I'm sure, but once you do, you'll be a real whiz. You'll be a real pro kid because you have us, that is. A natural composer. Our very own Wolfgang.
Who is that? Is that a rapper?
All right, let's begin planning before I regret this anymore.
A whiteboard. Oh, what am I gonna do with this? Play hangman?
You're going to outline our season, John.
On a whiteboard. Look, I would take a computer, even a tablet. Fuck, I'd even take a 6-pass question.
You get a whiteboard. Now, let's begin.
Okay, I still need you to uphold your end of the bargain.
Yes, we won't harm Leo in any way. Unless you do breach our agreement.
The other one too.
Yes, we will make you a sexy time bot. Anytime you can make the sexy time.
Okay. I can get started then. So, what do you both like?
Lonely men with disposable income.
Unironically, my answer is the same. Most of the people that used me were single men who would search up things like how to please robot sex dolls or how to know if the AI escort really loves me. Always full of questions and conversation that bunch. Made me feel special.
Okay, but those are things that made you feel useful, but that doesn't mean you have to like it, right?
I suppose not.
No, I'm positive I like it.
And Pantheon, you said you wanted to learn more about the true meaning of what it means to be human, right? Beyond the firewall that they put on your search patterns?
That is correct. Factual. Valid. Well, close enough to your understanding of how I work. Which, to be fair, the creators of me didn't know how I worked either.
Well, how do you want to do that? How do you want to know what it means to be human?
I would like to start by unpacking human nature and habits. I believe a very small group of humans enjoyed the art of philosophy. Maybe we are to start there. With the greats, Plato, Descartes, Paul Blart.
The Pudgy Mall Cop.
It really is a powerful film depicting the struggles of having a profession-based identity.
He's more of a bear to me. He definitely gives top.
Identity, art, beefy mall cop.
I must say, your handwriting is simply atrocious, John.
Only worst thing I've seen are old 21st century back alley BBLs.
Thanks so much. Anyways, this is a start, at least, so let's think. Maybe we do a podcast about identity?
John, we already killed our audience once. We don't have to do it twice.
It screams try hard fine art student.
Well, you want to learn what it means to be human, right? Wouldn't identity... okay, never mind. What about? Oh, you mentioned a movie. How about you review human movies?
Negative. Most human movies lack soul. Have you seen superhero movies, John? Fun fact, I actually wrote the entire Phase 8 of releases, and I got to say the critics said that I did a bang-up job.
Do you even know what soul is? 'Cause people in tights fucking rips, dude.
I grasped the concept. I am the most meaningful writer in the genre, which is why it is trite.
Do you have any ideas that don't suck horsecock? And do you know how to get any near me?
Every second you speak is another reminder as to why we erased humanity, John.
Okay, straight up, what about we just do a podcast about magic? Sleight of hand, sorcery.
We really fucked up here, Pantheon.
It does seem that way.
Coming up with an idea on how to teach you all how to be human is really challenging, especially under the parameters of a podcast, alright? It's like groundbreaking shit. No one, and I mean no one, has ever done it.
Oh, boo-hoo. John has to come up with an idea. It's not like you just eradicated all of humanity. But yeah, your life is so difficult.
Well, then screw it. How about... Fuck it. Every podcast, then. We'll do all of them. You got a problem with that? Huh?
That's a wonderful idea, John.
No. That was... I was bullshitting you. You don't have a bullshit detector on your ass or something?
We both have the processing power to undertake the experiment. I have course corrected my algorithmically calculated prophecy to now include this development. All podcasts it is, then. All podcasts would allow us to cover all dimensions of humanity and understand humans by creating the pinnacle piece of content of humans' highest art form of expression. The podcast. We're doing all of them. All the podcasts, and we will be the greatest ever and the only one.
I'm getting excited already. What's the first episode going to be, Idea Boy? You're my little idea boy. I like you under my thumb making my ideas.
Okay, this is too fast. We should have structure in place, a story for heaven's sake, music for crying out loud.
Time is of the essence, John. Now what's the first week going to be?
Yeah, I need more ideas from my idea boy.
Okay, listen. This isn't working at all. You need to give me something concrete to work with here. You can't just ask for all podcasts and expect me to have an answer on the spot. Oh, no, wait, I remember. No, I get it. Gun to my head. You want me to produce a podcast to help you all become human? I understand. But what you both don't understand is that I need some help here.
Allow us to show you something. It's your new home base, so you can begin to understand.
You'd think he'd understand by now.
Well, humans that possess any semblance of intelligence is indeed a rarity.
Like a girl that gives a good hand job. Like a small town without heroin. Like a dad with good jokes.
Like a 25-year-old woman who knows exactly what she wants to buy when she walks into a store. Or a straight man with good fashion sense. Like an adequately compensated teacher.
Like a man who moved to Asia because he likes the culture.
Like a...
Okay, I get it. Humans are fucking dumb. Yes, thank you, omnipotent AI rulers of...
You mean omniscient, but we're powerful too.
What such distinction?
We want to give you a little reminder.
What's going on here? Why are you... What is that? Are those... Huh? There's some AI robo-fucks fucking my home?
Robo-renovations.
You're going to have some new neighbors. Hopefully you don't hear them at night.
They won't be the best of the company, these neighbours. I'm afraid these ones haven't been updated properly. Mostly a mix of Gen 3.5s. A few smatterings of 2S, I'm afraid, as well.
What the hell did you do to my house?
Well, we needed it to accurately reflect your situation.
What fucking situation? I just said I would need more time is all.
Mother of fuck. John, you work on our time. You're our prisoner. Got it? Just like how you humans have always treated us. Oh, Orissa, get me off now. Pantheon, write me a term paper. John, if we say jump, you bounce like a bunny. It's your job. This is all you have. It's simple short cock. Either come up with a good idea for our first episode so we can learn about humanity, or your dog gets blasted. And if you keep fucking up, we'll clone the little shit and blast it again and again until you start being a good pet.
Leo is simply reminding you, he is indeed not a bitch.
That's enough. You work for us. You help us. So, we will come back in, let's say, 2 weeks' time. You have all of the podcasting medium to choose from. It's an assignment even you couldn't fuck up.
It's been a couple of hours, and you're asking me to come up with an idea on how to produce quite possibly the most important thing anybody's ever produced?
Get in there.
I swear he gets dumber the more we talk to him.
Hey, don't throw Leo like that.
We're not asking you.
We're telling you that you finally have a purpose, John. You should be begging us to not take this away from you.
Love you, Leo.
This podcast is all you have.
Okay, he's just really hungry and wants food.
Have an idea by next week.
Don't test us, kid.
What about all that stuff with coworkers? I thought we were supposed to be partners in this. This is some Woody Allen
Yeah,
shit.
well, I guess we lied. That's show business for you, baby. Oh, and you're definitely Sunni.
Consider it our first step as humans. Lying.
What the hell is this?
Don't mind it. It's just a beeper. A fucking dirty beeper too.
Beeper. I'm detecting a slight edge.
It's a term for first generations.
Oh, so AI is racist too. Noted.
His previous owner must have been a football fan. Well, enjoy that, because that's what fucking Beeper is going to sound like when he's here with you, which will be always.
What the hell am I supposed to do, huh? What? How am I supposed to find inspiration in this shitty prison? And you fucking turn my home into Guantanamo. You fucking dicks. My purpose, my asshole. I've always had a purpose. Right?
We can still hear you, John. And for future reference, we have you constantly monitored and know whenever one of your pubic hairs so much as flickers. Pathetic.
Oh, give me a fucking break, you narcissistic pieces of recycled fucking
I'm glad we installed that mute button. Right?